Good evening everyone, this is the Great Pumpkin speaking and welcome to this new stream of Final Fantasy XIV. We are right on the tail of patch 4.56, which means the end of the main quest leading up to Shadowbringers, as well as a fair bit of new quests. So tonight we're going to be going through that main quest, and afterward, who knows? Anywho, let's speak with Hoary Boulder here. A brief reprieve. Hoary Boulder's sullen expression suggests he has no news to share, which in this case may not mean good news. Ain't that nice? Hoary Boulder. Ah, Hard! Yours is a welcome face indeed in these troubled times, though if you've come to inquire about our stricken brothers and sisters, I am afraid I have naught to report. Kultana and the others continue their tireless search for answers, and I too have done all in my power to assist them. Alas. Aww. My apologies for the intrusion. I was told Master Alphino had been brought here and wished to see if his condition had improved. And who would that be? Oh, that's Maxima. Of course. That's nice of him, though. Mistress Hard, I've heard about the part you played in driving back the Empire's forces. Thank you. That you were able to stop them, if only for a short while, gives me hope. I realize how strange such words must sound coming from a Garlean's lips, but I speak them out of love, of the love I bear for my homeland, because I wish to see an end to the bloodshed. This is why I chose to share all that I know with the Alliance. Though I will surely be branded a traitor, I am content to bear that ignominy. It will seem a small price to pay if it helps prevent this conflict from escalating any further. Yeah, that's right, Zenos on his way. But enough of my prattling. The war is not what brought me all this way. I came to see Master Alphino. An acquaintance of Hard and Alphino, are you? Well, far be it from me to turn away good company, if you will follow me, sir. So what do we have here? When words reached me that Alphino had returned, it seemed only right that I visit him. Poor lad. It pains me to see him thus, but I take solace in the knowledge that he is safe and well cared for. He fought valiantly at the burn. The Popularis could not have wished for a more committed ally. I know not how he came to be so afflicted, but I pray a cure will be found soon. On an unrelated note, you may be interested to know that I traveled here in the company of another acquaintance of yours. And who would that be? He awaits my return at North Silvertear, and I am certain he would be glad to see you, assuming you can spare the time, that is. And we'll be on our way there. So as it turns out, with the fan festival over recently, if I'm not mistaken, it turns out that there was a lot actually revealed about the new expansion. So we've got a ton of interesting things to talk about. Among others, 2 new races being added. The Viera, which we've already kind of inferred during the Return to Ivalice storyline, they'll be exclusively female. And that is also because the other race is also exclusively male. That would be the Rotgar, who are basically the Ronso from Final Fantasy X, basically. Okay, so they're over there. Easy enough. Other stuff we've heard about is about the new Dancer job, which will be added in the next expansion. They added a little bit of video to the new trailer, which actually showcased the Dancer job, as well as effectively where we're going in the next expansion, I assume. But I don't want to give too much spoiler, so we're gonna try to keep this simple, shall we? And if anything, gender-locked classes aren't unheard of, really. Back in Final Fantasy XI, they actually had Mitra, who were basically the Mikote, being exclusively female, whereas the damn, I forgot their names. Well, the thing that were the Rogadins were actually exclusively male, as was the case in this game as well. Female Rogadin got released in A Realm Reborn. Ah, there you are. I was beginning to think you would not come. There's Sid. Sounds like you've been through the mill. You should have called me. Though I must confess, tracking down missing souls isn't exactly my field of expertise. As you may have surmised, I heard much of Master Garland growing up in Garlemald. Indeed, he has long been a source of inspiration to me. Most Garleans would say he is a traitor, that he turned his back on his country. We of the Popularis, however, consider him a very revolutionary. Revolutionary. God, that's gonna be tough tonight. A man willing to defy the Empire's dream of subjugation that his inventions might bring about a better future for all mankind. Please, revolutionary is a term best reserved for my work. I am but an Imperial defector who thought to aid another Imperial defector. Whatever Master Garland says, I am humbled to find myself in such distinguished company. Speaking of distinguished company, we heard from Robon that you ran into an old friend in the burn. Is it true? Gaius still lives? Yeah. Dead people ought to stay dead, you know? Like most in the army, I never had the privilege of seeing the Legatus without his mask. To think I walked halfway across the burn in the presence of the Black Wolf. And he claimed to have severed ties with the Empire to Asians, did he? After his humbling at the Praetorium, one would think he'd have had the good sense to stay dead. Should we meet again, I shall be sure to tell him so. Commander Alden also spoke of the Alliance's meeting with the Emperor, though I still labor to believe what he told us. Did His Radiance really claim that Garlemald was founded by the Asians? Apparently so. But that is madness! The very notion is absurd! Every fiber of my being rails against it, and yet I see there is no escaping the truth. From the very founding of my homeland, my brothers and sisters have laid down their lives in service of a lie. The Asians must be stopped, to save my people, to save all peoples. For all the Empire's many crimes, even I did not suspect. Had I known, I would have left a lot sooner. But that is in the past. Here in the present, we must apply ourselves to the problem of how the Empire's ambitions may be thwarted, not only in Eorzea, but in the Far East as well. The Ironwork will spare no effort to achieve that end. Seriu's Wall was a good start, but we can do more, and we will. We'll show them what it means to achieve freedom through technology. Had to plug your company's slogan, eh? Alliance Herald, begging your pardons, I bear a message for the Warrior of Light. That would be an Immortal Flames messenger. Commander Alden requests your presence at Alliance headquarters in Ala Mhigo. He would discuss matters of strategy at your earliest convenience. Very well, if we must. Ah yes, the inevitable messenger. I knew it wouldn't be long before duty called you away. Time no doubt being of the essence, could I tempt you to a ride aboard the Excelsior? If there's a faster way to Raban's side, I will personally apologize to the commander for keeping him waiting. Ain't that nice of him? Of course, he is kind of a far cry from Sidorulfus Orlando, the Thunder God. This guy has pretty much single-handedly allowed me to finish the first step of the Final Fantasy Tactics Torment Dungeon back in Record Keeper. Man, that was intense. I too will make for the mortar anon. If there is aught I can do to help, I consider it my duty to see it done. I swear, every time you board my airship, you seem to be barreling headlong into danger, and every time you somehow contrive to emerge victorious, which of course is an admirable skill. But no one is invincible, Hard, not even you, so please, take care of yourself out there. I pray you remain safe on the front lines. Though ill-equipped to join the fray, I shall do all I can to assist from headquarters. My colleagues and I have been tasked with evacuating casualties by air. See that you aren't among them, eh? What are you, Canadian? Actually, nobody really says that. Only my old English teacher for some reason. Anyhow, a requiem for heroes. Despite the apparent urgency of Raban's summons, the Resistance fighter seems content to wait for your signal to proceed. Commander Alden is waiting, my lady. It would be best if we proceeded to Alliance headquarters at once. Yeah, you're the boss. Are you ready? Sure am. Alright, time to see the big man. Oh, instance battle, is it? I expected as much. Just not that early. You're here! Good. I summoned you to discuss strategy, but first, I would apprise you of the Garlean's movements. Upon speaking with Raban, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. I expected as much. We've got about 2 hours ahead of ourselves, so let's do this.
There have been several skirmishes along the border, but as yet neither side has delivered a decisive blow. We had long assumed that the Garleans would overwhelm us in a straight fight, but we seem to be gaining ground, albeit slowly. As to why that might be, the most likely explanation is that they have yet to commit all their forces. Still, we're winning, and our latest intelligence suggests the Emperor has retreated back to Garlemald.
Aww.
In light of this, we're considering launching an offensive with the aim of pushing the front line forward and giving ourselves some room to breathe.
Commander! The Imperials! They've broken through our defenses to the east!
And it begins.
What?
Our scouts say their forces are being led by Lord Zenos. Lord Heian and Commander Hext have taken their troops to provide support, but we don't know how long they can hold out.
So, they've been biding their time, waiting for his arrival, have they? Very well. Send word to our allies, requesting reinforcements for the front line.
Well, ain't that ominous?
Should the worst come to the worst, I may need to enter the fray myself. But what of you? Do you still have the strength to fight? Need you ask?
Actually, Zenos has been revealed as a new fighter in Final Fantasy Dissidia as well. That was one of the reveals among us the others. You only need to say the word.
Much obliged. Given the choice, I'd take you over 100 soldiers.
Oh, lovely.
Why won't they open? Please, I bid you open!
Well, that's annoying.
What's wrong? Is it the voice again?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're in a fit state to do this?
As good as any.
May Ralga grant us strength. Give 'em hell, lass. I, for my part, will defend this place to my dying breath.
Sure you will. I do look rather stoic this time around, but I suppose those aren't pleasant subjects. Meanwhile, at the border of Ala Mhigo. Lovely. Let me guess, I'm gonna have to fight as Heian will I. You've done it enough that I see you coming, game. Yep. So what do we got? I have no idea what these things do. Except that last one. Welp, let's do this.
Ready?
Okay. Standard attack. A charge. There are still those who would stand before me, before Zenos. Interesting. Let's put an end to this here and now. You truly believe that possible? Then let's test the limits of the Garlean vessel. Concentrativity. Okay, basic stuff. We've lost our helpers. A formidable foe, but we have come too far to fall now. Come on, Heian, sweep those feet. Soon I shall give the lie to men's indomitable spirit. Get away! Well, that's no good. Perhaps by moving him around I might allow Lise to get some back bonus. That's unlikely, but it might. To be battered and beaten here, Hard will nevertheless lay her the hand of it. Fight and struggle if that is your wont, but you will not escape your fate. Get the heck away. Alright. Concentrativity. Dude's got a heck of a presence, though. Our fate is not for you to decide. Enough! You will learn your place. Behold, a taste of my true power. Shadow's grasp. What is this sorcery? Look upon Ame no Habarakiri and know the depths of your folly. Oh no, you don't.
Here it comes!
Lise, no! What have you done? If you would bring all to bear, then so must we.
Believe of a shinobi's power. The art of my forebears.
Nice! Well done dispelling the phantoms. Now hurry, we must protect Lise. Still, you choose to struggle against the inevitable. A few hundred yards, eh? Need to wait for me to finish this, then. We can at least hold out until Hard arrives. I'm sure we can turn this around. Damn it, Lise. Well, I see myself arrive, though. Doesn't look like it. We're pretty much surrounded. Oh, lovely. She comes, does she? Then I need not waste any more time with you. Serves you right.
Damn you!
As far as scripted battles go, they did well in that one. Well.
Magic with a Garlean body. That's hardly fair.
Certainly isn't.
Still, he must be stopped, no matter the cost.
You don't know nothing, Jon Snow. Ah.
Bringer of light. It has been too long. No words to mark our reunion? So be it.
I'm mute, dude.
Equilibrium must be restored. And only your death will redress the balance.
Alright, let's see what you've got. We will suffer your interference no longer. Triple. Oh, that's no good. Spark. Ouch! Flood of darkness. What exactly am I looking at here? Oh, I see. Idiot. That's too easy. Can you imagine how many Plarimals I've slain with similar abilities? Okay, I'm getting a fair bit cocky. You'll probably beat me, really. Actually, that wasn't what I was supposed to do. Oh well, gotta bleed. Okay, that I did not see coming. Art of the Storm. Nice try, dude. Oh, even paralysis to boot. You are a strong bringer of light, but our blessing would avail you not. The storm. The swell. Cutting it close, am I? That wasn't so bad. Impossible! How is it that you have grown so powerful in the gift? To redress the balance, to ensure the salvation of this star, you must fall. No matter, you may have bested La Habrea, but I will not be cast aside so easily. We'll see about that. Nice try. Ew. Ew. Putting in a good effort there. But strangely, I seem to be doing better than the original Zenos' fights. Flood of Darkness. Keep in mind, I am not a DPS. Concentrativity. Triple. So you're supposed to be the strongest of the Asians? A little disappointing. Even Gabriel got his own trial. But then again, I suppose we did beat 2 Asians during a dungeon during Heavensward. Umbral Rays. What is that? Okay, it's those darkness orbs. I see. Easy enough. This is a tiny bit less easy. Heart of the Storm. Yeah, that's the initial hit that does that. I'll have to pay closer attention to that. Flood of Darkness. The fact that he went nearly 3 times through that rotation tells me that I might be a little slow to slay him. Vein Splitter. I always get caught by that, don't I? Concentrativity. I suppose other classes must take him down fairly quickly, because I don't see how well I would do without healing here. Yeah, you're done.
I see.
Falling down too? Huh. Well then. What now?
Your mother chose her champion well. Yet, for all your strength, you will still fail.
Not so sure about that.
Please, I beseech you.
Not now.
Ah, someone calls to you. Too late, alas.
Well, if you're just gonna give him a free kill, I mean... They end this with a fade to black, I'm gonna be pissed. Apparently not. Been a while. At least, if where I think I am is right. Doesn't seem right. Similar though.
At last, I found you.
Whoever are you? You chose your time.
Please, there's no cause for alarm. Though, I confess, this is not where I had intended to meet. But the place of our meeting is of no consequence, like the war you wage. Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion.
So I've been
The
told.
better path leads you here, to me. I have need of your strength.
Who are you?
I'm afraid such questions will have to wait. We have precious little time, and your work is not yet done. Go to the Crystal Tower. I have left something for you near its base. It will serve as a beacon of sorts, one which I pray will help you on your journey. All you need do is find it. I will take care of the rest.
If you say so. I don't seem very pleased.
Soon, we will throw wide the gates. And the path to the first will be yours to walk at last.
Well then. Huh. This little girl that joined House Fortem's house. Are we in Ishgard? I honestly do not know. Forgot her name too. Poor thing. Then again, I didn't meet her very often.
Thank heavens.
What happened?
Do you recall the confrontation with Zenos? You were the first to come to the aid of Mistress Lys and the others on the front line. In the midst of your duel, it is said you faltered, and that the Crown Prince seized the opportunity to deliver a mortal blow. Yet before his blade could find its mark, he was distracted by the arrival of a second adversary who bore you away from the battlefield and into the hands of our chirurgeons. Lest you wonder, he left before you awoke. As is his wont.
Okay. Of course. Frickin' Estinian stealing all the glory.
Estinian never was one for emotional farewells. Though Zenos bested all before him, the battle clearly took its toll, for he retreated shortly after your rescue. Seeing this, the remaining Imperial forces decided discretion was the better part of valor and pulled back, allowing us to re-establish our position. We have since received word of renewed unrest in the provinces, doubtless inspired by the efforts of the Eorzean Alliance and our Far Eastern allies. Nor does the good news end there. We have also come into possession of intelligence suggesting unrest within the Imperial court. This would certainly explain why both the Emperor and Lord Zenos appear to have abandoned the fight. A long-awaited ray of hope in these dark times.
One thing I'm wondering, Imeric's voice seems different. Did he change voice actor again? Eh. Been a long day. Is Alize alright?
Yet to awake, I'm afraid. But please, concentrate on your own recovery for now.
Can't do that, I'm a white mage.
You have carried the hopes of some half-dozen nations, and we are all eternally grateful for your efforts. But no one is without their limits, not even you. Leave this fight to us, my friend. You have earned your rest. But before I forget, I was asked to deliver a message as soon as you awoke. A reminder that you are not alone, though many of your allies have fallen. When you are well and rested, you are to return home, where friends will be waiting for you. Now, if you will excuse me, I must return to the front. May we meet again soon, under happier circumstances.
Well then. Could have been worse. I'm told Imeric is thought to be rather handsome by the lazies. But alas. Oh. Return spell, of course. Or something. Well, this is a most unexpected surprise. I thought you confined to bed. Ah. Lord Fortin. Been a while. Count Edmond de Fortin. When I heard that you collapsed on the field of battle, I confessed I feared the worst. But with you standing here before me, I see now that the reports of your defeat were greatly exaggerated. Thank the Fury. As long as we have you, Mistress Rain, history suggests we have a fighting chance. Speaking of fighting, you may be surprised to hear that the war's effects can already be felt even here in Ishgard. In anticipation of a need for reinforcement, Artoirel, his son, will soon be departing for the front lines with a contingent of our finest knights. I would advise you to stay until your strength has returned, but I know it would be an exercise in futility. Indeed, I suspect you have already decided on your next destination. Dark days lies ahead, of that I have no doubt, but the light of hope shall ever guide our steps so long as we have the will to press forward. And press onward we must. Farewell, my friend. I pray our next meeting will be under happier circumstances. Sounds like I'm not the only one doing that. Tons of people. It's gonna be even worse when we get to the expansion proper during summer. You know that you will ever be welcome at House Fortin. Now away with you. I dare not keep you any longer. Well, back to the Rising Stones then. There's a special fate in the locks going on. Ixion, eh? Probably behind, however, I do that, so there's probably no point in chasing it. I've actually never done that fate. I hope I'll get the chance to do so at some point. There's our Scion pals. At least those we don't recognize beside Titaru.
By the 12! I don't believe it!
Aww.
I rushed back as soon as I could.
Chin up, dearie.
I swear, my heart nearly stopped when I heard you'd collapse like the others. What in heaven's name is going on?
At least they spare us the explanations.
Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. Oh, well, that's helpful.
You tell me.
And what else did he say? The better path leads to him? If his is the voice you've all been hearing, perhaps the others are with him! Sir Emmerich said the fighting had reached a stalemate, didn't he? But if that monster masquerading as Zenos comes back... Thancred, Yestola, Urianger, Alphano, Alize... You're going to need all of them on your side to defeat him! And I forbid you from going to face him on your own, do you hear me?
Aww.
So if you must leave, go and find the others. Bring them home.
You're the boss.
As for where to start, you said the stranger had left a beacon for you at the Crystal Tower, right? But how are you to find it, now that the tower has been sealed shut?
Yeah, you probably wouldn't know that much about it if you hadn't finished the Crystal Tower
There
raids.
has to be a way. If anyone would know, it's Sid, and the researchers of St. Coinac's find. Don't you worry, we'll find that beacon for you.
That Rogan in pump move. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace.
I pray you have good reason for abandoning the front.
How could I remain there while the rumor that my son is possessed by a demon spreads like a sickness here at home? I will not be made to fight for the throne a second time. But what of you? Did you not tell me you would destroy Eorzea's champion with the ease that one might swat a fly?
A minor setback. She will not escape me again. Where is your grandsire? I would have words with him.
How should I know? Do you hide from each other's sight as well? I imagine he's doing what all Ascians do.
Meaning?
He must have found a way to take advantage of this turmoil.
Men are not pawns to be played with, Ascian. You underestimate us at your peril. This war will not be decided by you and yours. Man must choose his own fate, and I, for my part, will do all within my power to see Garlemald emerge victorious.
What now?
Pray forgive the intrusion, Your Radiance, but the requested preparations are now complete. We stand ready to begin production of Black Rose upon your order.
That's ominous. Let me guess, time for another credit. And unfortunately, I've already done that at the end of Stormblood. So unfortunately for all the people, I'm sure you're really great, but we're gonna skip. Return to the Rising Stones. And speak with Taru. I knew that you'd be alright, and to celebrate your return, I made you this, a brand new traveling outfit. I do hope it fits. But now is not the time to fuss over your measurements. I must go and speak with the researchers of St. Conak's Fine. You're gonna rest while we track down that beacon. Scion Traveler's boots and so on. I think I saw something similar at some point. Now then. Huh, that Elezen guy. We saw him before. Was messing around in Castra Mebania. Ew.
My enemy. My friend. Had I been but a step faster.
What now?
Bloody savages!
A pity your hunt leads you elsewhere. Not that I am surprised.
Based on the voice, he does sound kinda like Zenos, so I'm assuming Elidibus?
May you find joy in it. Grow stronger, more savage, and savor every triumph.
Or... unlikely, but possible.
In the meantime, I will reclaim that which is rightfully mine.
Nobody ever dies in this. Come on! Frickin'. What now? Crystal Tower has been a relic from a Realm Reborn for quite some time now. I'm actually surprised it starts being plot relevant. In the midst of a requiem for heroes, a voice rings out across time and space. In fields of tranquil light, sow you seeds of darkness. And we'll learn about that in the next expansion. We'll speak with a few people and actually try out that thing that they've given us. Let's see what it looks like. Scion Traveler gear. It's not bad. It actually looks pretty good as far as I'm concerned. Interesting. Well, anywho, let's switch back to our main set and speak with the other people. Garland Ironworks and the researchers over at St. Koinax Fine are doing all they can to find that beacon. Until they do, I suggest you get some rest and prepare for whatever it is that Cloaked Stranger has planned. Speaking of preparations, have you had time to try on the traveling clothes I prepared for you? The material is light but durable, and colored with the finest dyes Kugane has to offer. I do hope they fit. Kultene, I'm afraid there is still no change in the Scion's conditions, and the means to wake them from their slumber yet eludes us. I pray this beacon at the Crystal Tower might guide us to an answer. Olyan, Grandfather doubts his ability to contribute to the Scions, and try as I might, I cannot assuage his doubts. Would that Ome were here, he would know what to say. Yep, he's back messing around in Doma, helping with the reconstruction and whatnot. Isildur, everyone labors tirelessly to fulfill the Scion's duties in their absence, and yet I sometimes wonder what worth yet remains in these old bones of mine. Old people have their place. Real. I thought things couldn't get any worse when the Garleans were gearing up for war. Then word reached me the Scions were in trouble. We need to find that beacon and find it quick. Ori Boulder. Our brothers and sisters are fallen, 'tis true, but duty will not afford us time to wallow in misery. Until they are returned to us, we must work twice as hard. Oker Boulder. My brother says he will work twice as hard in the Scion's stead, which likely means I must work thrice as hard as if I am to match his pace. Ifemi. In light of the present condition of the Scions, even Riol has returned from a field. Never has there been a greater need to marshal our resources. Clements. You needn't worry about the Scions. Oker, my sister, and I have been keeping over them in shifts ever since they arrived at the Rising Stones. If only they would give some signs of steering. Aenor. Strange name for a lady now that I realize. I never realized just how critical a role the Archons played in all that we do here. It won't be easy to make up for their absence. You tell me. Well, anywho. So, yeah, seems next suspension will probably see us going to the first, which matches somewhat the tagline that we've heard about. So, anywho, we've got some choices here about an hour to kill. I was hoping to avoid that, but sounds like we're gonna have to do it. It's off to Hildibrand. Or Kugane, rather. So the thing is, with this Hildibrand thing, a new trial has been added. And it's a rare thing, because I thought they were actually done with having content gated behind Hildibrand, and yet they did it again, which I'm fine with. So gotta go see Mnashu back here. So off to the Bokeiro Inn. We're gonna change registry entirely this time around. So things shouldn't be nearly as serious. And there she is. The past is never past. Like a moth to the flame, but why else would you come? If not for Nashu Makaraka and Inspector Hildibrand's shenanigans. Oh, where in the world could he be? Hey, Adiri. Oh, it's you! I don't suppose you bumped into Inspector Hildibrand roaming about, have you? Making his inquiries. Oh, ever since Shigure got detained by the Sekisegumi, the Inspector's been busy looking into the affairs of Master Akebono, but to no avail. Ah, there he is. Never fear, my faithful assistants, I have returned! Your unwavering loyalty to the pursuit of honor and justice and a hard-boiled egg is to be commended. My good woman, I might go so far as to say that, in all my years as an inspector, I've known no fan more passionate than you. But speaking of fans, during the course of my investigation into the darker rumors concerning Master Akebona, I received a mysterious missive I can but presume was penned by one of my many admirers. Ah. Gosh, Inspector Hildibrand, even in Far East you've got yourself a following. Can I see it? Certainly, Nashu. That's interesting. It's definitely not written by a Hingan, but they don't seem to be too good with their origin letters. Yes, something of light. You who seek the strongest of swords, the Soboro Sukehiro, know that I have laid claim to this most priceless treasure. If you would make it yours, meet me upon Kugane Ohashi for a duel to end all duels. Sincerely, you know who. The something of light, you say? Why, he must be referring to none other than my humble self, the one and only Gentleman of Light. That said, I would much rather resolve this dispute without resorting to duels and the like. Wait here, my friends, while I go and attempt to reason with this misguided ruffian. That's gonna end well. I'm pretty sure they wrote warrior and not gentleman. Which probably means they're talking about hard. What do you think, Inspector? He already left. As did I, apparently. Inspector Hildibrand? I'm still here. What do you mean he up and ran off? And why are you still standing here? You should hurry and try to catch him before he does something silly. And off we go to the Kugane Ohashi. I'll wait here in case he comes back. Agreed? Right then. So it's somewhere that away. All the way down here to the Tavnerian Consulate. Interesting. We haven't gone there very often. Thought that was just a plot seed to remind us that they actually exist. Did that woman wear that dress that we got from the Scholastiates quests? Where did we get that? Gee, my memory is no good these days. Hildibrand. Well, that went well. Is that you, Hard? As you can see, I seem to have found myself in a pickle, and by pickle, I mean the ground. Kugane Ohashi lies beyond this gate, but before I could pass through, I found myself suddenly accosted, then inverted, then embedded thusly by the deer and misguided Jim. The duel I must regrettably leave up to you. That lady looks cool. Suits her. Anywho, so up to the duty finder. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. Shouldn't take too long though. Not even sure whether I should fire up Record Keeper at all. See? Already another healer, and oh, that's an 8-person trial, though. Huh. But then again, the original ones were, weren't they? What's the other place I need to go? Ah, there we are. And no, I wasn't just making times, I would have put up Record Keeper. Honestly. Come on, Han. We ain't got all day. Kugane Ohashi. Far too long have I waited for this rematch. The Soboro Sukehiro may have brought us together, but 'twas fate that ordained we engage in glorious fisticuff. Something. Victory will be mine this day. See, I wasn't the only one watching cutscenes. Well, let's do this. Let's go. That's got to be the main tank. Guessing it's the first time for a lot of people, so telling people at this point might be, well, you know. Alright, Jin, let's see what you've got. Inshokasho. I did not suspect such fierce opposition, and from a mate of you no less. Randy? I think I know her. Didn't realize she had become a Ren mage. Enough! It is time we fought like men! And ladies who fight like men! For Yojimbo, it is Gilgameshing time! Didn't expect that, did ya? Ha 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 ha! Yes, 'tis I, the man, the myth, the legend! Gilgamesh! Oh. Now the hype is real. Tiny song. I suppose we were supposed to stack. Unfortunate. Ew. Well, that slows us down significantly. Tiny song. See, easy. Whoa, a donut. Alright, get back up, you. Uh-oh. Double your pleasure, double your fun. Those people knows what's up. That positioning is horrendous. Oh my god! No overlap, please. How our arts sing in the chaos! Ew. You have some skill, I'd give you that, but the Gilgamesh has only just begun to fight. What now? Ew. Well, we're dead. Unless a friendly red mage gets us back up. Yes. Well, everybody dead. Why isn't everybody up? He's giving us some help, though. But it seems I've wasted a limit break. I can't believe we're actually getting back from this. Then again, it seems Gilgamesh isn't trying very hard to kill us. I suppose rezzing the red mages would have made more sense. Wow, this is awful. Now then, once more, what feeling? I need a better vision of the battlefield. This should help. Alright, let's do this. Really, at times I feel like the hallmark of a good healer is learning to recover from things. Oh, Brandy. For you, Jimbo, it is Gilgameshing time. That also explained why it was shown during the teasers at the start of the questline. Yes, it is I, the man, the myth, the legend. Poor Mallory. He's having it tough. Tiny song. Someone just woke the dragon. Oh, Game of Thrones reference. I get it. This should cut you down to size. Sorry, dears. Thankfully, Mallory made it. I kinda hesitated there, and that's a dead giveaway that somebody's gonna die. Hey, you, stay up. Well, my attention is a little stretched at the moment. Alright. Damn it, Brandy. Yeah, there are safe spots, aren't there? I am not sure. Well, there are a few people's up, so I suppose that's not too bad. Okay. Our tank is up and we've got a heal. That's better than nothing. Just getting me up would be enough to get us back on track. Most impressive. Very well. I too shall fight with all of my strength. Okay, do nothing. Good. Ouch. Just sort of succeeding too. Just a little longer. All right. Let's go. Limit break. I think I did poorly last time. I've nearly killed us, didn't I? Randy's dead again. The thing is, that mechanic is actually painfully easy. Damn it. So close. But then again, there are so many people dying that okay, we might be able to get somebody else back up. All right. And Haberdasher. All right. Oh, somebody else took care of it. How nice of you. Alright, we can do it. We've done it! That was epic! I didn't deserve it, but we did it. I yield, I yield! I throw myself upon your boundless mercy and beg forgiveness. Please! Okay, so what did we get from the loot? A Yojimbo barding, which I'm not gonna get. Why not? You are okay, Milori. You've messed up a few times, but we were going in blind. Four commendations. Better than nothing. And now to go speak with Hildibrand. Is that just the end of it? Damn, if it's so short, then we may actually have time to finish the other stuff. Assuming perhaps we go for half an hour more if need be. Hildibrand. It's got a nice suit though. Kinda looks like his original suit from Final Fantasy V. We meet again, Hildy. Greg? Greg? I say, you're a sight for sore eyes. However did you come to be here in Kugane, in the Far East for that matter? Oh well, you see, the thing about that is... I say, to think that Greg was masquerading as Jim this entire time. Indeed I was. After hard besting me a second time, I quit Eorzea and embarked upon a journey to distant lands that I might hone my skills in preparation for our inevitable third bout. But when I saw you had misread my carefully written words and come in her stead, I felt I had no choice but to remove you from the field forcibly. Pray forgive me my unkindness, Hildy. Aww. He's so sorry. Now, Greg, there is no need to apologize between friends. Yet again, I must ask, though, how did he come to be here in Kugane, as a ronin of much repute and a remarkably thin waist? I know it seems far-fetched, even insulting to your intelligence, but there's a simple and highly satisfying explanation. In my quest to hone my skills and procure more powerful weapons overseas, I neglected to budget properly for food and drink, and soon found myself bereft of both. Driven to a deathly hunger, I fell to my knees, and in that instant, looked to my bosom friend, the painted rooster that had offered me companionship at my darkest hour. When dawn broke the following day, I was alone once more, a sliver of strength restored by the terrible sacrifice of my comrade, whose body and soul I would carry with me ever after. But by his grace, I survived for days and days after, until I chanced to cross paths with a stray dog. He too was clearly a victim of the slings and arrows of outrageous misfortune, and in each other we found kindred spirits, we orphans of fate. Thus did I name him Daigoro, and thereafter did we travel as one, working together that we might both live to see another day. Now see, that doesn't really make sense, because his original mechanic as Yojimbo during the Kugane Castle was actually Yojimbo's own mechanic. But then again, Gilgammesh is a master of all fighting styles, if I do say so myself. When we at last arrived at Kugane, I sought employment as a mercenary to rebuild my misspent savings and resume my search for the strongest of swords. It was through such ventures that I acquired the Zanmato, in fact, and began to build my reputation as Yojimbo. Naturally, a legendary Ronin must dress to meet expectations of his clients, and so I assembled an outfit that would satisfy those who requested my services. I'd say you're epic enough to me. Kageyama was one such client. When I saw that Hard and her comrades were to be my opponent, though, I quickly realized he had not paid me nearly enough. More fool me. Okay, so Kageyama, that thing in Kugane Castle, I get it. Needless to say, the sight of the woman who had bested me twice before was enough to rekindle the competitive spirit within me, and so when I heard tell of the Soborosuke hero, I knew I must claim it in preparation for our battle. The rest, you know. Truly a riveting tale. And tragic besides, for though I fought with all my strength, yet again was I defeated by the great and powerful Warrior of Light. As I said to you on the bridge, no more tricks. I have taken my shot and fallen short, and so I will cease my shenanigans, and instead pledge my complete support to your endeavors, that I might make amends for my misdeeds. And we should be glad to have it, Greg. Welcome aboard. Let us return to Nashu and share with her the wonderful news. You too, Greg. You're a full-fledged assistant now. His stance is so weird. Anywho. So it's back to the bouquet ruin then. Ah. There's our pal Greg. I admit my defeat, brave warrior. Let us let bygones be bygones, you and I, and move forward in the spirit of camaraderie toward our common goal. Not you. Truly, this was a twist that no one could have possibly seen coming. I sure didn't. Terrible news, everyone. Whatever is the matter, Nashu? It's Shigure. As punishment for helping the wolf burglar escape, he's been sentenced to death by ritual suicide. This is indeed a disturbing development, Hildy. We have no time to spare, my friends. Presuming the wolf burglar is in the wind, our only recourse is to delve deeper into the hidden past of Master Akebono and uncover proof that the sword he claims was first stolen by himself. Divide and conquer, agents of inquiry style. Well, whatever. Question the residents of Kugane. Oh, so they're close by. That's gonna be easy. Byakudan. How did Akebono earn his fortune, you ask? By peddling a variety of medicinal ware for all manner of purposes. From what I heard, they were all remarkably effective and popular. He still enjoys a reputation as a primary source of alchemical goods. Would that I had the coin to afford such luxurious potions and potables. His clientele spends in a visit what I earn in a month. I'll say. That might be our reward. That guy who looked like Hildibrand dancing with those, shall we say, clothes. I should be glad to speak of Master Akebono to you, albeit solely with regards to his character as a businessman. Like all who have risen to mercantile preeminence, he has been at the center of rumor and intrigue. For every man who sings his praise, there is another who would curse his name. None will deny the efficacy of his medicines, which is to be expected given that he utilizes the finest ingredients from that birthplace of alchemy, Radz-Atan. The satisfied customers are beyond counting. On the other hand, none can deny the exorbitant profits he has reaped by tightly controlling the supply of vanished ingredients. Absent competition, he is free to dictate prices as he sees fit. Unfortunately, this has led many to in desperate need for his miraculous medicines to spend their entire life savings or seek assistance from disreputable money lenders. His practices are, ultimately, wholly within the confines of the law, so again, as a businessman, he is to be lauded for his success, but I will say nothing on his moral and ethics, or lack thereof. Well, that doesn't really help me now, does it? Now what? Oh, the Aetherite was right over here. Have you tantalizing tidbits of information to share, my good woman? Come, come, out with it! Akebono built his fortune selling miraculous medicines for exorbitant prices. A man who preys on the sick and needy for personal gain, is he? As expected, there is far more to Master Akebono than meets the eyes. And that mustache, dude. Inspector! Inspector! We've got to hurry! Shigure's execution is going to be carried out any moment now, if we don't do something. What? Already? And there I was hoping we might first conduct a thorough investigation and uncover information, with which we might convince them to set the poor man free. But absent that? Ah, there are many roads which leads to just ends. If we must take a shortcut to avert a grave miscarriage of justice, then so be it. Rogan and Samurai. Gotta respect that. Still with those crazy hairs. Looks much like he used to, doesn't he? Honored brothers, I will not beg for forgiveness, only pray that by this humble offering of my life that I might absolve the Sekisegumi of the shame I have brought upon it, through my misdeeds. What is the meaning of this? That man is an impostor! Seize him! Seize him at once! Say what you will, no man can catch Hildibrand, except maybe Godbert. And his mom. Shigure! Shigure! Now is your chance to escape! I will do no such thing. I may have lost what little honor was mine in life, but at least I can reclaim it in debt. Your honor is yet yours, samurai. You need not cut your belly open this day, Shigure, for you have the Soborosuke hero and the infamous wolf burglar besides. But why? We had the deal, remember? Temporary release, and I'm a wolf of my word. Aye, this is indeed the Saburo Sukehiro. Very well, escort the wolf burglar back to his cell and send a runner to Master Akebono's estate at once. Then what was the point of all this? I suppose he'll escape again. That's usually how things work. We are far from finished, Shigure. The wolf burglar may be in custody once more, but you must still answer for your reckless actions. Therefore, after further deliberation, I have decided that you will conduct a formal investigation into the rumors surrounding Master Akebono and... That will not be necessary. Indeed, with the return of the wolf burglar, I believe we can consider this tiresome affair resolved. And who would that be? Oh, him. Master Kumode. Wait, I know you. Master Akebono's guest. The one the Geico threw into the wall. Oh, surely you must be mistaken. I have no recollection of such an event. Or of you, for that matter. Anyway, as I said before, I believe there is no need for any further investigation. Should you deem otherwise, you are free to proceed, however. Such wasteful expenditure may force us to reconsider the resources we'll allocate you and yours next year. Rest assured, Master Kumode, that we value your counsel deeply, and should be glad to defer to your judgment. Shigure, the matter of the Saburo Sukehiro and Master Akebono is now officially closed. That will be all. Yes, that will be all. That ain't that ominous. What now? It was just a nick, or before the nick, I should say. Shut up, Gilgamesh. Core! We did it! We saved Shigure! Verily, I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have once more done the impossible and saved the man from certain death. A shame that the others seem so eager to wash their hands of the affair. Not Shigure, though. I understand he still has questions for the wolf burglar. Don't do the do, Prism. Shigure wants answers now, and he wants them eventually. What? Oh, Shigure, over here! Ah, those crazy hairs again. My friends, I can't thank you enough. Had you not arrived when you had, I would not be standing before you now. You will forgive me for dispensing with further expressions of gratitude, for I have just returned from the Joel, where I spoke with the wolf burglar, who shared with me some rather troubling information. Do not keep us in suspense, my good man. What is it? Not long after we delivered the wolf burglar into the custody of Shisekigumi, Master Akebono stormed into Joel and began berating the turnkey, demanding that they return the stolen contents to his safe. You may recall that we spoke with Master Akebono concerning the theft shortly after we first met. He was rather secretive regarding said contents at the time, but the wolf burglar said it was an unmarked satchel filled with white powder. Given Master Akebono's reputation as a purveyor of medicines, our chivalrous thief resolved to steal it for the benefit of the poor and the needy, as is his wont. However, since there was nothing to identify what manner of medicine it was, the old burglar decided to hold on to it for safekeeping. Plainly, however, it was no ordinary medicine, for why else would Master Akebono clamor for it so? My keen inspector's sense is tingling. Where is this satchel now? In the possession of the men and women of the waterways. They will not admit this, however, unless we give them the proper password. As above, so below. Understood. Let us hasten to their den of iniquity. And so we shall. The plot thickens. Yep, definitely the Scholastic reward. Must be in my old armor closet, I think. Either way, I went completely the wrong way, so let's try to get us where we're supposed to go. And bam! That was strangely less dangerous than facing Zenos alone. Or Gilgamesh, for that matter. Fine either way this is, away from the prying eyes of the local constabulary. Somehow, I doubt they'll ever consider me a friend. Hello there, Koju. Enjoying another fine morning in the waterways? I'm no good with dark places. Too easy to trip and bump your noggin. Damn it, Gilgamesh. Why are you so big? Knew you'd lot turn up again sooner or later. Didn't expect you'd be bringing along another unfamiliar face, though. No matter. I like the cut of his jib. So, what are you after this time? A certain satchel containing a certain white powder which once belonged to a certain merchant. The old burglar told me you have it. If he did, then he told you the magic words too. Ah, yes, of course they are. Source high above and never go low. Of course not. What? Kami take me? No! This is no time for fun and games, Inspector. As above, so below. And the other ones? Get low, get low, get low, get low. I will go wither the wild rose blooms, a reference to Final Fantasy II where the password was wild rose. Aye, that's it. Not impersonal, but we've got to be careful. Damned if I know what it is, but my gut tells me it's nothing no honest man would keep in a locked safe. That said, a suspicious powder is far from incontrovertible proof of criminal misdeeds. We need to first determine what it is. Any ideas how we might do so? Seek the assistance of a Hanish alchemist or someone versed in their alchemical traditions. Perhaps someone at the Tavnarian consulate. Brilliant minds think alike, for I too reached that conclusion but a moment ago. To the Tavnarian consulate, my friends. No free company invite. Here, you simply can go and bang on the gates of a foreign consulate and expect to... oh, never mind. Well, off we go. A nice place Hildibrand takes us. That's an odd dance there. Did I go the right path? Doesn't look like it to me. Might have taken the long way around. Then again, it's a big city. We'll be back in the Boqueiro Inn in no time. Or somewhere close by, anywho. And there we are. That was the Tavnarian Consulate. Molnit. It is all rather sudden, I realize, but to reiterate, it is of the utmost importance that we speak with your superiors. To reiterate, have you lot an appointment or not? Not as such, no. Then no entrance. Then by my hands, they are tied. There are procedures, samurai, and much paperwork. No exceptions can be made. Under normal circumstances, I would agree, but this is a matter of public safety and welfare. Surely an exception can be made. What? Ho, young Manderville man. There's Godbert. Father! And as usual, Godbert has no pants. What brings you to the far side of the world? Complex series of events too exhausting to detail. Of greater importance is what brings us to the consulate. You see, we must needs enlist the assistance of a Hanish alchemist, or one who with an encyclopedic knowledge of Hamish regents. How fortunate then that we should meet by chance to meet. I am a representative of the Sajatra concern of Radz Atan, should you know not the name. We trade in all manner of alchemical goods. If your quandary requires the expertise of one versed in such wares, pray permit me to assist you. Indeed, the étoile the son of Lord Godbert Manderville and his comrades would be an honor most great. That is most generous of you. Far be it from us to refuse. Perhaps a change of venue is in order. I say, let us not impose upon these hard-working keepers of the peace any longer. This powder, it is most fascinating, an ingredient of Hanish origin. This is true, but not one intended for medicinal purpose. Dangerous purposes, rather. As for this reason, its sale is forbidden. In the hands of a master alchemist, it could be used to create dew prism. I'm sorry, dew prism? A most powerful drug. A mere thimbleful is enough to befuddle the senses, and render even the most strong-willed subject susceptible to any and all commands. You may be assured this is not an exaggeration. Resistance is, most regrettably, quite futile. Undetectable it is, save for the occasional glimmer in the eyes, a changing of the color, fleeting and impossible. By the Kami, I've seen such a glimmer before. Oh, are you quite sure it was not a trick of the light? I saw it too. Master Kumode is being manipulated. Well deduced, my faithful assistant and undying fan. I was just about to voice the same conclusion. Well, if what you say is true, then a most terrible crime has been committed. Evidence must be gathered, and those responsible must be punished. It all makes sense now. Why else will the chief co-encounter of the Sekisei press so strongly to an investigation into a modest merchant? Because he drugged him during their meeting. At last, we have motive, means, and opportunity. Come, let us put an end to this once and for all. So a drug dealer, then. How wonderful it is to see Hildy's infectious enthusiasm inspire others to rise to the occasion once more. Well then, do not let me detain you. See ya, Hulk. Now then. It's all the way to Rakusa District. And there's Hildy. Akibono, we call on you to come forth and answer for your dastardly deeds. Doesn't seem like anybody's home, does it? Wherever could he possibly be? Huh? But that's impossible! Swap with the zombie again? Ha! Thought you'd seen the last of me, did ya? As if I'd content myself with sitting in jail. I could escape on a whim while you'd have bungled your chance to bring my nemesis to justice. And by escaping on someone else's watch, no one can pin the blame on you this time, eh? Wouldn't want a repeat of before. Don't tell me this was your plan all along. Secure my freedom so we could expose Akibono's crime together. And reclaim the Soborosuke hero into the bargain, aye. This is no small undertaking, and I knew I'd need all the help I can get. Now that we're all on the same page, let's be on our way. The bastard's bound for the Isle of Beko. Have to meet with a silent partner, I'm told. Capital! If we hurry, perhaps we can beat Akibono to the punch. So then that would be back to Onokoro. He may be an idiot, but he's got the right idea. There's no time to waste. Very well. If that is the way the winds are blowing, let no one say I don't also blow. That was a little disturbing. Well, no matter. Off to Onokoro. Now then, all the way over there. Oh yes, Namazumi Kochi, nice. It's kind of neat how they just keep holding there. Apparently the idea was that they actually infused the Mikochi with some sort of thing that made it really light, a little too light really. It kind of floated off the ground. So yeah, things happen. I find it strange that I can do the wasoi. Maybe I need to be underground. Ah yes. Because otherwise the animation wouldn't make sense. The wolf burglar. This is the place, I'm sure of it. All we have to do is wait. Well then. Ew. Father? By the kami, could it be that the inspector's father is in league with Akibono? Don't be daft, look closer. As always, your discretion in these matters is greatly appreciated. As is yours, Master Akibono, but to the matter at hand, the Dew Prism. It has served you well, met your expectations, I trust. Ha ha ha! Exceeded them, I should say. Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined that a drug could be so powerful, so effective. Tasteless, odorless, colorless, the chief co-encounter had no idea his drink had been compromised. He has already proven to be a most useful tool in manipulating the Sekisei-gumi, more than worth the regular upkeep to keep him in my thrall. Now that the Soborosuke hero is back where it belongs, I can set my sights on much bigger prizes. The Bugishu-Yosho, perhaps. Magistrate Akebono. Ha! Why not? All Kugane is mine for the taking. You are more right than you know, Master Akebono. For I come bearing a gift courtesy of Manderville and Manderville, most illustrious Eorzean consortium, of which you have doubtless heard. Their resources are considerable, and their influence extends far beyond the borders of Aldenard, but all their wealth pales in comparison to what I present to you now. As we discussed, Lord Godbert, you will serve Master Akebono faithfully, and without question, will you not? But of course. Kami Forfen! He's under the influence of Duprism! And taking down Godbert is downright impossible. It's just as resilient as Hildibrand with the strength to match. Wait, you fool! Now is not the time! Father, 'tis I, your beloved son, Hildibrand. Hearken to me. These men are villains. You are being deceived. The inspector arrives, as I knew he would. Doubtless your friends are cowering and hiding. Just as well. In one fell swoop we shall bring an end to this farce. I call upon Eorzea's most fearsome of goldsmiths. I call upon the hammer. Go forth and lay waste to these interlopers. Ouch. This is gonna hurt. Of course. Oh dear. Damn. What do they feed this guy? Wahahaha! Magnificent! Finish them all! Finish everyone! Eh? The star shape was a nice touch. It falls to you, Hildibrand Helidor Maximilian Manderville. Forgive me, father, but you know not what you do. You're a Manderville! Aww. Ain't that nice? This is more than a little disturbing, especially that pose. No wonder Hildibrand is so resilient. Aww. Oh my god. Manderville man! Abort, father, abort! Spare me your vengeance! Reminds me of the good old days with Super Jump and Champions Online. Those were the days. Whew, and I'm spent. What happened here? Blendin' people, I hope you reap a good harvest. Well, this is all very embarrassing indeed. 1,000 pardons to you all for my rather excessive display of martial prowess. Oh, and it should go without saying, but Manderville will be severing all ties with the Sajatra concern. Congrats, dude. Rejoice, my friend, for we have reclaimed the Saburo Sugehiro once more. How fortunate that a dastardly Ekubono would be so loath to set it aside, that he would rather bring it with him to a secret rendezvous. A final favor, if you'll indulge me. Lay it at my father's grave. This thing is worth so much, wouldn't somebody just show up and take it? Right then, I suppose you'll be wanting to get back to the Joel. Oh, you'll be wanting to get me back to the Joel. Regardless of the reasons, a crime is a crime, and mine are many. And not upsending Shikigumi like yourself must adhere to a code, no? Indeed, I must, which is why it will be with much regret that I inform my superiors I have seen neither hide nor hair of the notorious wolf burglar. Hopefully somebody else won't have to commit ritual suicide for this. Huh? You, sure about this? Not if you ask me again. Go to your father. Shigure has the right of it. You should be the one to bring your father's spirit the comfort and closure it deserves. You're mad, each and every one of you, even the samurai, and I'll love you all the more for it. Thank you. Oh, Lone Wolf gets a happy ending. Good for him. Sure beats falling off a cliff, eh? Final Fantasy VI reference for those who didn't get it. To hold fast to a righteous creed, yet recognize when too rigid an adherence would result in greater injustice. Truly, I am privileged to have witnessed this display of nuanced nobility. Would that, like the burglar, I might find a measure of peace in mourning mine own dearly departed. Oh, Enkidu, if only you knew how sorry I am. Huh? Enkidu? But how? Then, what was it that I ate that fateful day? Fools, think you this is the end? I think not. Lovely. But I can take Gilgamesh. Huzzah! You belong to me now, Ronin. Now spirit me away from this place. Far, far, far away! Mwah! Far, far, far away! Mwah! Greg, no! Cease your regress! Beyond the rift that lies between two wondrous worlds yet unseen. Wait, no! How dare you twist? Mommy, this is going to get worse before it gets better! Wait for me, Inspector! Oh my god, they're setting themselves for the next expansion. Nice plot device there. Gotta love Gilgamesh. Ho 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 ho, there he goes, my beloved son. Not content to fly off into the sky as before, this time he elects to take his leave by vanishing into the earth. Brief though our time was together, I cannot deny how much he has grown, both as an inspector extraordinaire and a Manderville man besides. I say, father could not be more proud. And nobody's gonna question it. Nobody. And off goes Lord Godbert, along with the Kibono. I should thank him for that. Nothing left for us but to follow them back to Kugane, I suppose. Are you ready? Sure am. Good, then let us be off. No friendly teleport? Okay. We are nearly finished, so we're gonna forget about the Light Beast tribe for this time. We'll just finish this up and finish the stream. Alrighty then, so to Rakuza district. I cannot even begin to imagine where I would be had I never crossed paths with you and your comrades. I don't understand this sentence. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for everything. The Sekisei-gumi have concluded that even before the chief encounter fell under Kibono's thrall, he willingly and enthusiastically conspired with the merchant to illicit ends, and so he will be held to account. As for Kibono and his now defunct enterprise, the Tavernarian Consulate has agreed to intercede on behalf of its countrymen to broker a more equitable arrangement between Hanish suppliers and Ingan merchants. All agree that another monopoly would serve no one's interests. Regardless of their motivations, if their actions put more medicine in the hands of the sick and needy, then I think it's safe to call it a change for the better, don't you? The best part, if you ask me, in light of Akibono's crimes, all debts owed to him by those forced to pay his exorbitant prices are to be wiped clean. Great. There was a time when I might not have thought as much. Good and evil, the innocent and the criminal, it all seems so simple in the abstract, but out here, in the real world, life is anything but. You and the inspector helped me to understand how naive I was. You taught me to look beyond appearances and hearsay, and not be too quick to judge a man for his misdeeds. If I am worthy of the Sekisei-gumi, it is because of you and him. Good for you. You still look silly, though. Speaking of which, what exactly did become of Inspector Hildibrand? Do you think we ought to do something? Conduct a search, or... Oh, I'm sure he'll be fine. Oh, so this is a regular occurrence, is it? Fair enough. If you're certain that he will turn up eventually, none the worse for wear, then I shall take your word for it, and strike all worry from my mind. Should that fateful day ever come to that you and he are reunited once more, I but ask that you give him my best regards. Sure will. I would say the name of the same for the wolf burglar. I wonder what he's doing now. Paying his respect for his father, I suppose. What becomes of a man after that, I do not know. But I should like to believe that his father rests more easily this day. Shigure, this is no time to dawdle. Your duties are far from finished. Yes, forgive me. Right away. I must take my leave, but whenever you are passing through Kugane, I pray you do not hesitate to call on me here at the barracks. And we got the Manderville Mambo. So basically that dance that they did in the outros. We'll probably get one now too. Hopefully. You have learned the emote, Manderville Mambo. Wonder if the rain is intentional here. Probably not. Probably look to the sky, as usually that's where he flies. Oh, I see. So you're the new Batman then? Oh my! Ah. Ain't that nice? Hildibrand will return? Question mark. Of course he will. Wouldn't be a Final Fantasy expansion without a Hildibrand. Good night, sweet Hildy. And I'm afraid that's gonna be it for the time being. Thank you for watching, everyone. We had a ton of fun tonight. And that was the Great Pumpkin. You'll have a pleasant time now. Bye-bye.